So let's start here. These are my knee pads that I use. I always wear them when I go skating. My elbow pads and my wrist guards. The wrist guards are, in my opinion, the most essential protective gear that a skater can have because of so many wrist injuries that can occur. And I've hurt my wrist many times, and these wrist guards have protected me so well. I had another pair before I got these, that the piece that is supposed to protect you would always fall every time that I would fall. It would fall out. So that wasn't very efficient. So I ended up getting these, and they have been extremely good in keeping me from, getting any injuries in my wrist. Yes, you can still injure your wrist regardless, and I have, but God forbid, no wrist fractures, and I haven't had any. So this does protect your hand as well as the bottom part of your wrist. Going back to the elbow pads, I only really had one fall where my elbow kind of touched the floor. But yeah, I recommend these for sure. Knee pads, definitely. Always recommend them. Falling on your knees can be really bad. So you want to make sure you have something in case you do fall. So let's come over here to this area. So I've been practicing slalom. So anytime that I know that I'm going to go practice slalom, I always carry it with me. Well, regardless, I always carry it with me in case I do get the desire to just stop freestyle skating, and go into slalom. So I take a piece of chalk with me so I can mark where the cones are going to be. In case one of them falls out, I can put it right where it was. This is some measurements that I take as far as how many, like when I place the cones down, I want to make sure they're spaced correctly. So I take those precise measurements and then I mark them with the chalk. Depending on the certain move that I'm performing and how advanced I've gotten with that move, I might move it a little bit closer. And then you have here the slalom cones. I like to take a couple with me as well. Here is the Allen wrench. The Allen wrench is if I want to go ahead and rocker my skates, I can do it at any time. The great thing about the Flying Eagles that I did get is that you can rocker them just with the Allen wrench, and you don't have to change the wheels. They can rocker just with the turn of the nail of the turn of the screw. So here is my sunproof. I always take the sunscreen with me. The strongest I can get, 50, because I live in Miami, and if I decide to go skating in the daytime, I'm definitely gonna get pretty bad sunburn if I don't wear a good sunscreen. So I always carry it with me to reapply it as needed. My sunglasses, I always carry them with me on most of the time. Here I have my headphones. I'm always listening to music when I skate. Now, if there's a busy area or I need to cross a street, then I remove one of them so that I can hear cars coming by, or I just don't play any music at the time, because you have to be able to listen to everything around you, and you want to hear any engines coming on, any cars that are going to turn the corner. Always be prepared. In a street environment, you can listen to music, but I recommend lowering a bit or just taking it off if you feel like you're in an area that there's a lot of cars, especially during rush hour. Here in Miami, it can get very hectic, so you want to be constantly aware of what is going around you. So you want to listen carefully. Fanny Pack. So what I do is I put my phone in here, and it makes it easy to be able to change to whatever I'm listening to. And then I carry some water bottles on my Fanny Pack as well. I'm constantly refilling them. There's a park nearby where I like to skate, where there's always fresh cold water available, and I always refill it when I skate. You need to stay hydrated at all times when skating. And then here's the bag that I like to carry with me when I go skating. This is the Flying Eagle skate bag, and the great thing about it is that it attached to your chest and to your waist. So if you were to fall, you know, it stays on you and it's really secure. And the good thing is that many times I like to have my backpack on me when I perform certain tricks, especially jumps or when I'm practicing skating backwards, because if I do fall backwards, I have this to protect me, which is pretty good. But I try not to fall backwards as much as possible. The idea is to fall forward on your protective gear, but that is there, and it is great to have it on me at all times, and it's pretty lightweight. So that's it. That's the stuff that I carry most of the time. Sometimes I'll carry an extra refreshment like a Powerade or a Gatorade, but that's the stuff I like to carry most of the time. Alright, so I'll see you guys soon.